Alright everyone, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video here along US-50 between South Lake Tahoe, California and Carson City, Nevada. So the main part of this video as we were traveling eastbound towards Carson City was actually filmed recently here in 2024, and this particular clip that I'm showcasing you right here as we drive westbound was actually filmed the previous year back in 2023 when my grandpa and I were traveling home from our US 395 road trip along the Eastern Sierra. And no matter which way you slice it or which way you drive along this stretch of US-50 here along the east shore of Lake Tahoe, you're going to be treated to amazing views. And like I said earlier in the video, this drive really kind of breaks the Nevada stereotype that Nevada is all desert, but as you can see right here, it is nice, lush green forests that kind of make it resemble the rest of the Sierra Nevada rather than the state of Nevada, of course. And of course, if you were to make a comment saying that this was the most scenic part of the state of Nevada, I certainly wouldn't argue against it because the views of Lake Tahoe here along this stretch of US-50 are absolutely amazing. Lake Tahoe is hands down one of the most beautiful places that we have in this country here. Although most of it is in California, and Nevada does get about a third of the entire circumference of the lake, so it is still amazing to just see the amazing views here and just really be in awe of just what you're seeing, because let me tell you folks, this lake is so blue when it is a nice sunny blue sky day. The lake really takes on the color of the sky. And I believe I read somewhere, like in the Washoe language, that's what Tahoe means. It's like lake of the sky, and it just makes perfect sense when you actually look at the lake and how it resembles the sky that's forecasted that day, whether it be overcast or whether it be a nice sunny blue sky. And another thing I didn't mention in this video is just how sacred Cave Rock is to the Washoe Native Americans, who are the original inhabitants of this area. And actually, the construction of the Cave Rock tunnels was very controversial to the Native Americans because the Nevada Department of Transportation did not consult the Native Americans or the tribes people before they started drilling the tunnels through the rock. And this is one of the most iconic monoliths around the Lake Tahoe area because no matter where you are around Lake Tahoe, you can see Cave Rock. So you can just imagine how important this piece of rock and monolith is to the Native Americans. They consider it very sacred, and to this day there is no rock climbing allowed on the rock, and I believe it's been banned since around 2003 if I remember correctly. But you can still hike to the top of Cave Rock. It takes about 10 minutes to hike to the top, but man, when you're up there and just overlooking Lake Tahoe, hands down it has one of the most picturesque and iconic views of Lake Tahoe you will ever see. I remember hiking to the top of the rock in February 2021 with a good friend of mine when I was still living here in Lake Tahoe, and I will never forget that experience and just seeing the whole panoramic views of Lake Tahoe from up there. It was seriously one of the most beautiful hikes. Even though it was a very short hike, it was still one of the most beautiful hikes I've ever done. And if you ever get the chance to hike to the top of Cave Rock, I highly recommend doing it. You'll get amazing views of the entire lake and of course US-50 looking out and towards the distance as well. I would recommend doing it when it's not in the summertime though, because it can get pretty brutally hot up there and the sun just beats down on you because there's no shade up there. So if you can do it in like the fall or the spring, I highly recommend doing it. I wouldn't recommend doing it in the winter though, just because of the risk of ice and snow up there and the big fall hazards that you can potentially encounter while hiking up there in the wintertime. Alright everyone, I just want to give a shout out to all my social media accounts that you see on the screen here because I really am trying to grow my social media accounts beyond just here on YouTube. I would really appreciate it if you guys would check out my Instagram. I'm really trying to grow that social media platform, so I would really appreciate it if you guys would follow me on there. My username is just InterstateKyle. What's really cool about my Instagram is if I'm on a road trip, I will post on my story of where I am and what I'm doing, so it's just a really cool way for you guys to follow along with me in real time to see what I'm doing and what I'm up to. I know my videos on here can get pretty dated very quickly, so if you guys want to see what I'm doing in real time, I highly recommend checking out my Instagram, and I would really appreciate your support over there. You guys can also check out my Facebook group and my Twitter/X account. The links to all those are down in the description. Another thing I want to give a shout out to is my Patreon, which is a way for you guys to support me beyond YouTube here. If you guys want to join my Patreon, you guys can get special perks for joining, like watching all of my videos early before they are released here on YouTube. And all the money I make on there goes right back into this YouTube channel to keep producing more of these types of videos in the future. The link to my Patreon is also down in the description, so if you really want to check it out, I would really appreciate your extra support over there as well. And another thing that is set up on my channel is Super Thanks, which is located to the right of where you would normally like one of my videos. What that basically is just a way for you guys to tip me out for each video going forward if you feel that I've earned it, of course. And then all the money on there also goes right back to this channel to keep producing more of these types of videos in the future. And with all that said, folks, I really hope you all enjoyed this ride here along the east shore of Lake Tahoe, here along US-50 between South Lake Tahoe, California and Carson City, Nevada. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you all have an amazing day, and take care, everyone. Stay tuned to the next adventure. We will see you the next time.